everyone, I'm Bonnie from Really Reasonable Ribbon and Make Time to Craft. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a deluxe checkerboard woven ribbon headband. The weave is the same easy basic weave like we did on the last checkerboard headband, but this time we're using a 3/4 inch white plastic headband, which allows us to add the third row of 1/4 inch grosgrain ribbon. The supplies that you're going to need are one 3/4 inch white plastic headband, some score tape. This is optional, but it really helps with this headband. A glue gun, 1/4 inch wide grosgrain ribbon. Each of the medium or dark colored ribbons is 26 inches long. And you're going to need a piece of white or a light colored grosgrain that's 3 yards long. Today I'm using sherbet and grape as the medium to dark colors, and white as the light color that will wrap around the headband. I selected these colors because they coordinate with the colors of the July Ribbon Club assortment from Really Reasonable Ribbon. Each monthly Ribbon Club assortment is a holiday or color-themed ribbon assortment. Once you enroll, you'll get a new assortment at the beginning of each month until you tell us to stop. What a fun way to build your ribbon stash and try new ribbon styles. I have a bow I created with one of the ribbons in this assortment, which I'm going to attach to the headband when I'm done. So I have taken my 3/4 inch headband and I have wrapped a piece of score tape around the center and both ends, which are going to help us quite a bit to get started and to work the ends of the headband. For this headband, I'm going to start in the middle because the ends of the headband tapered down. It gets a little tricky because you're going from a 3/4 inch width, which is easy to weave these ribbons, down to almost a 1/2 inch where they're not really fitting as well anymore. So it's easier to start in the middle and work your way to the ends, and the tape will act like a third hand to help us just to hold things as we're working the ends. So I've taken the colored pieces of ribbon, and I removed the covering of the tape and I centered them for us to get started. And then for the white, I have it on an angle because if you'll remember from the other headband, you want the white to go straight across the front, and then it's going to angle on the back of the headband. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to do my best to keep this in the center of the frame, but I don't really know how that's going to go because it's very awkward to work this. When I'm making these headbands, I am preferring to be sitting on a couch with my feet up, and my legs are acting as a third hand to help hold the headband. So it's probably going to look awkward. Whoops, I set this up too far ago and the tape is holding stronger than I'd like it to. Alright, so we're going to get started. And really, like I said, the tape is just there to help you hold things while you're getting started so that the ribbon doesn't just pull through until you get a few rows worked in. So we're just doing a regular weave like you've been doing with pot holders since you were a kid. Over and under and around the back. And you know, another great reason to be starting in the middle is you now have a 3-yard length of white that you're working with because it's going to go around the headband so many times. If we started on one end, it would just be too much to keep moving that 3-yard around the headband. So like with all my headbands, I'm constantly adjusting, snugging things up. We'll pull these so that they're tight. And, you know, keep an eye on what's going on the back. It's easier to correct a problem if you see it right away than if you wait till you're down here and you see there's a problem back up in the middle. And I'm just going to keep weaving and adjusting until I get to the end, and then we'll talk about ending and how to tuck the ribbons in and make it as neat as possible. Okay, so now I've made it down to where my tape is, and as you can see, as it narrows down, you're going to end up, the ribbons are going to start to just lightly pleat, which they're going to have to because we're taking them from a 3/4 inch width down to almost a 1/2 inch. And they simply don't fit like they did at the top. But we're going to do the neatest job we can, and if you think about it, from here down, you really don't see when the headband's being worn most of the time anyway. This is the part that you see that goes over the top of the head. Even if it's not seen though, we want it to look as neat as possible, particularly if you're going to sell these headbands, because if they don't look neat when people are looking to purchase them, they're not going to buy them. So I uncover the tape because we really need like a couple extra hands when we get to the bottom, and the tape really helps. And when you first uncover it, it's not as permanent as you noticed how stuck it was at the top, because I got it prepared ahead of time last night. So we're going to keep the weave going as best we can. And this is the part that I would spend the extra time on. I'm going to try to move through it pretty quickly just for the sake of the video. So this one may not be as neatly finished as my others. And as far as finishing it, you just really have to play it by ear. You have to see how the ribbons lie at the end. For the way things are here, I can see I'm going to be going over the pinks and under the purple. So at this point, I'm going to pull the purple up out of the way. And I'm gonna finish off the pinks. The pinks are gonna come around to the back, and I am gonna glue them in place. So I am going to trim my pieces. I'm gonna quickly heat seal the ends. Oops. And I'm going to add a little hot glue and tuck both of the pinks. Sorry, I'm trying to stay in the picture frame for you. And get both of the pinks done in the back. So my white is going to come around. I had peeled the white back just to give myself extra room to glue down the pinks. I'm going to come around with the whites to the front. And I'm going to Now finish off the purple and bring it around to the back. You can also add a little glue for the white too, just to hold everything together. Now I'm gonna put a little glue on the purple. Trim that, and this you're not gonna have a whole lot of room because you really want the purple to end, because you want to cover it when you bring the white around. So there's not going to be a big fold over on the purple. So I'm just going to trim a little bit, heat seal the end, add some glue, and tuck that down. And then we're going to bring the white over. We'll glue that as well. And the white I don't trim till it's glued on, just because I want it to go right to the edge. Pull all the extra glue off. And trim this. And heat seal the ends, tuck them down. And that's not bad considering I kind of rushed through it for the video. Now, I mean, on the ends you have to play it by ear because you don't always end the same way. Sometimes the pinks are on the outside, and depending on where you are with the wrap as you get to the end. So we'll just, the other side is just repeating the same steps and the same end, and that's all there is to it. The inside is actually not bad looking. You'll see a little, as it narrows down, you're gonna see a little of the color coming along the back. If the back really bothers you, you could always cut a piece of 5/8 inch grosgrain or 7/8 inch grosgrain, line it, trim the edges, and heat seal, and that would cover some of that up. But I don't think that's very bad at all. And if you look at the other insides, the ones I spent a little more time on, it's actually not bad at all. So this is a great, fun new headband, and it takes the regular checkerboard headband just one step further for something really special. Thanks so much for joining me and learning how to create this deluxe checkerboard headband. If you like the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up below and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you'll be notified when I add new videos. Happy crafting!